This is my plan for starting a one-person AI automation agency in, I guess, 2025. And this will be a video basically of me outlining not how I'm going to go about it, but actually the reason why it's something that should be done and something that should be taken seriously. So yeah, let's go. So basically, the project, it focuses on building a one-person AI automation agency, which is basically like an automation agency where you don't have employees, like you're the only employee, the CEO, and you have these agents, vertically integrated agents, working for you, doing things in the background. So by leveraging AI tools and agents, we will streamline and automate key functions such as script writing, video editing, voiceovers, and content distribution, along with other positions in the business. And this approach will actually enable something like efficiency, cost effectiveness, and scalable video production while maintaining high quality standards, which is probably the most important thing. So if you actually think about it, like really think about it, video creation is a pain. I mean, there's a high cost to video production. It's difficult to scale video creation, and it's a time consuming for, especially when it comes to the editing process. There's also a problem in maintaining consistency in quality and messaging. And then even after you manage to record edits, you still have to optimize the content for distribution and search engine optimization. So considering all of that, why don't you just automate it? If you automate script writing, right, where you have an AI agent who generates your scripts, you can save yourself time and ensure consistency in every project. If you automate the video editing, you can have an AI agent speed up the process of editing while still maintaining the same quality that you need. If you automate the creation of voiceovers and subtitles, you can enhance accessibility and engagement in your videos because, right, this is a well-known fact, like videos that have subtitles perform better. If you have an AI agent that's tailored to personalize content straight for your audience, then you can increase your relevance and make your videos actually stand out. And then if you have another AI agent that automates distribution and search engine optimization, you can maximize your reach. So how many people actually see your videos in the first place? This type of stuff needs a whole team, but if you just have maybe a few AI agents working together, you can create something of an incredible system that minimizes all the pain involved but maximizes the results. So that's exactly the pain point that I discovered, and that's why I was thinking about this problem, this the need to staff an agency. Like if I realize that I don't really need a team, then why do I need other people in my business? Like why do I need sales representatives and why do I need a CTO or a personal assistant? Why do I need any of those people if I can just automate them out? I mean, think about it. So the agencies need diverse skill requirements, right? This isn't something that, you know, no, like people know this, right? You need creative people, you need technical people, you need salespeople, and for someone like me who's starting out, this is a major constraint considering the fact that I do not have a network I can rely on. So I also have a limited budget for hiring specialists. So those two things are going to constrain me. But I think this type of constraint is not only an opportunity for growth, but it's also something that will lead me to a path that will effectively create more opportunities for me in the future. Because now I can create agents that will automate and replace every position in my agency. Uh, That probably it doesn't sound like anything profound. I mean, I believe it's super profound because like when I think about the idea of a one person agency, it's kind of terrifying. Um, and you normally see these agencies with multiple people, and they manage to scale like very well. Like I'm a huge fan of Iman Kaji, and watched his videos where he was starting out an agency and he had difficulty scaling beyond a certain point because his workload was just too high. So he ended up hiring people from like all over the world. So basically, that's the point. It's the idea is if you want to scale, then you have to have people working for you. But if you can't have people working for you, at least in the beginning, then you can just automate them out. So what does this actually mean like in a practical sense? Let's think about it. So we can automate out a sales and business development rep. We can automate out a client account manager. We can automate out a content creator. We can automate out an operations and workflow manager. We can automate out a marketing manager, a branding manager, the finance and invoicing department. We can automate all of those out. Research and development, human resources, all of them automated out. I don't I don't think I don't think people understand just how profound this is. I mean, like just thinking about the idea of how simple, okay, not simple, but how easy it might be to get replaced by a program that's running on a computer. It's a terrifying prospect, I think, for me. And that's exactly why I am getting ahead of this. Not only just to sort of show how it can be done, but to understand for myself just how replaceable people can be by AI. So yeah, basically, let me just run through the idea here. So we're operating on limited resources since we're just starting on. So this is driving us to find creative and efficient ways to solve our problems. And what we're going to do is effectively leverage AI and automation to achieve our goals without a large team or a budget. And there's huge potential in this market because I'm pretty sure we're not the only one who is experiencing this problem. Like this is it's been a pain for me um, for a while, and it took some time for me to figure out the solution, which now it feels so simple. But like back then when I was thinking about how to solve this problem, I could not figure it out. I was like, how am I going to even start? I mean, I need a person who does this, a person who does this, and then I figured, oh, I can just create an agent that does all those things for me, and it just clicked into place. So if I could create one agent, why not just create more and more and more? So since I'm not the only one who's experiencing a problem like this, then the question isn't whether um, this is a solution that can fit for other businesses. The question is how long I can make it, how fast I can make it work, and then how much effort I need to market it to other businesses. So I can offer and to develop tools and processes that can be potentially applied to other people's businesses, which is an exciting thing because it's that same thing. It's like the business gurus always say it's like when you're solving a problem, just find a way to solve your own problem, and then sell that solution to other people. That's exactly what's happening, which is an interesting, an innovative mindset to overcoming a limitation that we're facing, and then achieving success in the future. So I just wanted to like just take a moment to kind of think about how big this is, like, because the idea AI has such insane potential, and this isn't something new. This isn't something profound. Everyone knows this, but they always overestimate just how far we are down the timeline. So I wanted to show you guys. So basically, in the next 50 years, what we'll have is we'll have human level AI, which will be developed within the next few decades, and then it'll perform any task that a human can do, potentially transforming industries and daily life. And I said potentially, but it's already transforming industries. And I think what we're going to do is going to transform industries even more. Because if we can do it, then other people can too. And that will just keep going and going and going. And I don't know who said it. Was it Sam Altman? He was trying to estimate how long it would take for a one person business to, like, for the first $1 billion one person business. And he said it might be within the next decade. And I believe him. I actually believe him. So with human level AI, that it becomes sort of not such a major thing to conceive, considering the fact that if an AI has human level intelligence, then they can do everything a human can do, and probably even better than a human because they're more uh, consistent. So if you have an AI that is trained to do sales, then you can have it operating like a human, but 24 hours a day, without all the downsides of being human, like without sleeping, without eating, without taking a break, without you know doing everything that a human needs to do. So now think about that, and think about how the AI tech is constantly getting better. So if you have an AI agent that is already at a human level, and then somehow quantum computing gets better, and then that will increase the computational power of these AI agents, and then they will become even smarter, and then they'll become like superhuman intelligence. So think about having superhuman employees. You know, it's pretty terrifying. And that's exactly the thing. Like, people overestimate how early we are. We really are early. It's in the global AI market. It's not even expanding that much yet. Like, businesses are only now starting to realize the potential of chatbots, and chatbots have been around for so long. Like, they're only now starting to figure out RAG, retrieval augmentation generation, like, which is basically connecting a database to an AI agent, so that it can keep referencing a database, and then whenever you ask it questions, so like you have a site, and if a user wants to ask a question about the site, like about things that are happening on the site, then they can ask that question, and the chatbot will give them relevant results in a way that it needs to give it to them without sounding robotic or weird or funny or giving inaccurate results. They're only now figuring stuff like that out. And in other industries, like, they are uh, cold calling agents now, like agents who So if a business gets a lead, say through some form, they could um, call the lead within 60 seconds, which is statistically, I think, proven to boost conversion rate by 300%, if I'm not mistaken. So they have this AI agent that they've built through VAPI or VoiceFlow and other tools, and this agent calls someone and then they speak to them and then they book a call where they will be able to close them and then add them to the agency. Like things like that are happening just like now. Now that's all that's happening now. Like all these solutions are being developed and shipped in every industry, like even dental, uh, it's industries like that, and that's only happening now. It's gonna grow. Like AI is a $100 trillion industry, and right now it's only just reached a trillion. Like if I feel like if anyone could just carve out a niche, then they would have positioned themselves for growth within the next 50 years. So basically, this is a timeline. And as you can tell, we're still in the early adoption phase. There's still going to be more integration, and then there's going to be mainstream adoption, which is going to be maybe somewhere within 2035 and 2040. And then there's going to be expansion, and then there's going to be advanced capabilities, which we spoke about earlier with the quantum computing and DNA computing, which is something very exciting. That's it's basically like uh, mimicking mimicking the human brain, and it's using DNA for computational purposes. Like kind of insane stuff happening in science right now, and it still hasn't been developed yet. So very exciting. So yeah, like basically it's what I said previously. By 20 2025, 25% of enterprises using AI will deploy AI agents. And this will grow to 50% by 2027 because everyone understands just how profound, like we are we are experiencing a profound shift. This isn't something I'm just saying. Like everyone understands this. If your business isn't using AI, like even in the simplest sense of your employees using ChatGPT to make their processes better. But in the highest level, where a business could be employing an AI agent to effectively boost an aspect of the business. If a business is not using AI agents or like just AI in general, they're falling behind. And by 2030 and 2040, there'll be widespread use in various industries, which is already sort of starting to pick up, as I said before, where you know, I saw a, a cold calling AI agent for uh, doctors and nurses. No, where I saw a cold calling AI agent for dental practice, and I felt like that was just the coolest thing. There's also advanced multi-agent systems, um, and then there's going to be more integration with IoT, which is basically like smart technology, like smart TVs and so on and so forth. Like all of that is going to be so exciting. And when you think about the timeline, it isn't even that far ahead. It's only in 2030, 2040. So, and if you're wondering about, oh, okay, it's just AI, it's just robots. Actually, no. Scientists are already working on methods. I think there was a recent study where they were trying to simulate anxiety in AI, which kind of a terrifying concept But if you really think about it, if AI develops emotional intelligence, like will it really be AI anymore? Like won't it just be just intelligence? Just I mean by 2040 and 2050 we'll have human level AI because they would have already developed emotional intelligence. And then with quantum computing and neuromorphic and DNA computing added on top, that will create a whole new world. Um, I can't even conceive it. I can't even fathom it. By then, the global AI market would have grown so significantly that demand for automation would have already probably been taken over. Like there would be like big players. It would be the same as like how social media developed. So like at first, maybe the first social media was like Gmail, um, and then that progressed to Facebook back in the 2010s, the early 2000s, or the late 2000s, 2010s. And then there were more social medias like that, like popping up after, like Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter and so on and so forth. So you just need like one big player, and then there will be more big players. And with the scale at which AI is progressing, um, tools built on top of the AI infrastructure will always be relevant. So if I have AI agents built on today's technology, functioning at their highest level and still producing consistent, good products, then imagine the AI agents that are built on the future infrastructure. How exciting would that be? I mean, I'm absolutely excited. I mean, and I can't even imagine what's going to happen after 2050. I can't even imagine. So, yeah, as I said before, um, now is probably the perfect time to start even conceiving of a one person AI agency because it's like we're at the point where AI is like just good enough to understand like human context about as well as a human, but it also like is capable of so much more than a human. Like it's capable of doing things at scale and it doesn't get tired. So it's the perfect point to start conceiving of one person agency because it'll reduce the costs, like the labor costs and overhead expenses, and it'll increase the productivity by streamlining the workflows and automating repetitive tasks. I mean, will improve the quality of the things that we create by increasing accuracy and consistency. It'll be scalable and flexible, and it'll adapt to changing demands, and it'll scale operations effortlessly. And the nice thing about it is that since everything is sort of, it's not intuitive, because I feel like humans have a tendency for operating within the realm of intuition. So since things aren't necessarily intuitive, like they're not things that are being conceived at the back of the mind, and then somehow with no real way to track how ideas are coming about, like since you have literal data that is driving every decision, then you can analyze that data and then make better decisions in the future. Like you can leverage insights that you get from your past to create better processes and strategies that you can implement in the future to grow your business. And I feel like this will give me a huge competitive edge, especially in people, especially in other agencies like mine. I will stay ahead of the curve, and honestly, this kind of project is a massive project that will force me to innovate like a lot. Um, and That's also part of the reason why it's so exciting, because when I think about the idea that I am one of the first of many to do something like this, I can't help but get excited. And then when I think about the other idea where I could effectively give my solution to other people to implement it in their businesses, where they could start one person agencies, um, that is a terrifying prospect, but terrifying in a good way. So, what are my next steps? This is something I've been thinking about in the past few days to week, I guess, past week. I've been identifying, prioritizing the key tasks for automation. I've been evaluating and selecting AI tools for each task. I've been developing sort of workflows for automation processes. So it's basically like taking a position and then understanding what they do. So understanding the inputs they get, understanding the processes they have, and then understanding the outputs that they need to give, and then figuring out what kind of tools I need and what kind of workflows I need to have to deal with the processes to get the right outputs from the inputs. I don't know if you get it. You probably do. So basically, I've been doing all of this, and I came up with a sort of starting plan ish. So my first project will be automating a business and sales development agent. So this is probably the most important position in a starting agency, I believe. It's all about automating lead generation and prospecting. So basically, it's about qualifying leads and nurturing relationships. It's about scheduling appointments and demos. It's about creating personalized outreach campaigns to make sure that um, when we connect with potential leads and clients, then our message is better understood by them. Like we speak their language and they understand that we care about them, and that makes them even more willing to uh, work with us. Um, and it's basically all about tracking and analyzing sales performance data and then using that to um, have better processes and manage things better. So, yeah, that's just the first project. The second project is the content creation agent. So, this is going to be the agent that generates scripts for various content types, generates video content with AI powered tools, produces voiceovers, personalizes content for, I guess, the ICP and also other targeted audiences, and it distributes and optimizes content across platforms. So this is because our agency is going to be a video content producing agency, but the content creation agent is actually the second agent we're creating because the business development and sales is just that important. It really is that important. And then the third one is the client account management agent. So it's basically about onboarding new clients and managing their accounts. It's about communicating with clients, providing updates, addressing inquiries, collecting feedback, tracking project progress and ensuring timely delivery, managing client expectations, and fostering um, positive relationships with clients. This is the third one, and I believe it's important to have this because we market the solution, we get leads, and then we turn the leads into clients. That is the idea. So the fourth one is operations and workflow management agent. Now this one is going to be automating repetitive tasks and workflows, and it's going to be streamlining project management and communication. It's going to track project progress and deadlines, and it's going to allocate resources efficiently to make sure that everything sort of goes well, like especially when it comes to the point where we're managing multiple um, clients. We need something, like we need this position to be uh, working at its best, and as long as we get it, then I feel like everything else will be pretty simple, as you'll see next. So next, what we'll do is probably when our agency is expanding even more, we'll create a marketing and branding agent, which will automate social media, email campaigns, and content creation even more. And then we'll have financing and invoicing agents, which will handle payments, expense tracking, financial reports, so on and so forth. We'll have research and development agents, which will conduct market research, analyze trends, and identify new opportunities for us to go into. And then we might have a human resource agent, but that's exactly the thing. Like, why would we have human resource agents in a one-person agency? And this might be the case for when we're expanding in the future, and we might hire people to do projects for us. So, say um, maybe we have someone build something for us, so we can recruit them, onboard them, get performance reviews, maybe train them for something. Maybe if we want to get replaced, if we want to do other things, then we can train someone to take over our position, which is like I don't think people just understand how profound a concept this is. I really I'm getting chills on my spine. So yeah, that is basically the plan. Within a bit of time, I would have figured out the basic solution of my agency. Within a bit more time, I will have me sales and business agent working, and then within a bit more time, I will show you how I go about creating these solutions, and I hope it brings value to you, and I hope to share this with you so that I can show you how I think about things, and if there's anything that I'm doing wrong, then I hope that you can tell me, and then we can share ideas and develop these systems even better. So, yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time.